It's 8:51 in the morning, crazy early in the morning. I just recorded an entire video before this where I just ranted about how online people were AI fucking generated and re-uploads of old videos, Dead internet theory goes fucking crazy. Don't listen to a single person you see online. They're all insane children and or just the dumbest person you've ever met. Um, put your energy into, real life, real people, real connections, that kind of thing, because online people suck and again are just strange and like mentally handicapped half the time. Uh, yeah. Anyway, that's a recap of the video that I'm not gonna upload. What was I gonna talk about now? I was gonna talk about something to do with delusion. I was saying I've not slept to the point where you get like, the walls start moving, start doing the little like fucking speckly shit all over it. Sorry, my hands are yellow because I just made myself chicken and chips and poured shitloads of curry powder all over it. It made it taste delicious, but stains my skin. I now look like I have jaundice in my hands. You know, not the most pleasant. So I'll go do that after. What am I saying? Yeah, delusion's kind of an interesting thing. You think about it sometimes, and it's like, would you even realize that you were at the brink of insanity? Say you're sat there and you're just like slowly going insane. You don't even fucking know that. And then one day you're like, okay, this is the last moment I'm ever gonna have like a clear, coherent thought before I just like fully lose it, go off the ledge, just like fully, just like there are eldritch beings. They need me to open up portals for them to eat my mind and replace the world or some shit. Like you fully just lose your minds. Go fucking crazy and insane. Um, I don't really know. I think a lot of people like to think that they would know in those final kind of moments that like, yeah, this is the final moments where I'm gonna have any sort of sanity left. Um, the thing is, I don't know though. I think you would probably kid yourself into believing that you are sane the entire time. The slow decline all the way down, you could probably kid yourself into believing that you are sane. Uh, Purely because everyone else will seem more and more insane to you. You know, the more it kind of carries on, the more it goes, the more you'll just be like, yeah, everyone else around me is just fucking strange. They don't think right. They think broken. I'm the only one who's thinking in like a normal, coherent way because I'm the only one that I can understand in my own mind. You know, I can very easily imagine someone kind of going down that path. Um, Up until the day that they just lose it. I think almost half the people I meet are probably already like somewhat down that path. That there's a lot of people you meet where you're kind of like you're on the brink of insanity. You're like fucking losing it, and not in the like edgy fucking way of being like I'm gonna go fucking crazy, but just the like I don't really think you think at all. I think you're kind of like a goldfish. Behind those eyes, nothing really ever happens. Um, you just kind of live each day just as it is. And you know what? Who can fucking blame them? A goldfish probably has a better day than like I don't know, like a whale, because a whale thinks more and it's like, oh, big ass ocean that I gotta swim around. Goldfish can't even fucking remember that it swam around it. Every single time it sees a coral reef, it's brand new to it, brand fucking new. Um, but I mean that goes into the whole, like glory and or not glory, but like contentment in stupidity or some shit. Where you're like, oh, I'm literally so dumb that I can't. I'm so dumb that I can't be sad. Um, it makes me wonder like if lobotomies worked, because if you're just that dumb, you can't be sad. You can't really say the lobotomy wasn't worth it. It kind of did its job. Um, and like it's a strange one that because like I don't know. I feel like if I'm like fucking 80, I'm like fucking old as fuck. I'm already like half dementia ridden anyway. I'd get a lobotomy. If someone was like, yeah, I could probably make you like just. I mean, sure, you'll be like a fucking seal. You'll just sit there in front of like I don't know, crime TV, motherfucking NCIS, and just be like, NCIS, for the last like 10 or 20 years that I'm alive. I'd probably take that, I'd probably be like, game, I'm game, like that sounds fucking hilarious. Um, Imagine how crazy being lobotomized and getting high must be. Like, I mean, I was gonna say you must think of some crazy shit, but I don't think you think at all when you're lobotomized. Um, but yeah, like I fucking hell, man. If I was like 85 and battling dementia, about to die or some shit. Like I think I just go out on my own terms in terms of like doing shitloads of heroin and stuff. I'd be like, fuck it, I don't care about the negative sides of heroin. I'm about to die, so why not do tons of it? Why not do absolutely fucking tons of it? OD, make sure I go out on my own terms when I'm chasing that dragon instead. Probably a better way to go. Probably just mix a ton of them together. Fucking heroin, cocaine is probably one insane combo. The thing is with that, with like those kind of drug combinations, there's no way somebody has not documented their entire experience with it online. You see that with the Benadryl challenge. You see that with the motherfucking heroin's actually a good example. I don't know if you ever see the story about the guy who went online and he was like, how bad really is heroin? I'm a investment banker or something. My life's going really good, and I just want to try heroin at least once. And then everyone was like, that's a really dumb idea. Don't do that. Don't try heroin. It's super addictive. And he was like, yeah, fuck you guys. I'm just gonna do it once. And then he got addicted to it and came back like 4 years later and was like, ruined my life. Completely ruined my life. I lost my job and everything because I got, who would have guessed, addicted to heroin. And he's written his whole experience about going through that, the whole experience of getting addicted to like being like, shit, I'm addicted, I need to cut out all of this. All of that's written and posted online somewhere for you to read, so you can experience and you can know what it's like to go through a heroin addiction without ever having touched heroin. That kind of shit's crazy. The same with Benadryl challenge. People go through their whole kind of like description of like, the process of getting addicted to Benadryl to the point where they're even willing to do such an insane challenge, and then the process of doing the challenge itself and the kind of shit they see that like you can just experience. Sorry, I hear like crazy knocking, and I like, I don't know, I'm at that point of like sleep deprivedness that I can't tell if that's real knocking or if it's literally in my mind. It all stops when I go silent, so I'm pretty sure it's in my noggin, you know? I actually have no clue if that's in real life or in my head. Um, Interesting thing though, doesn't fucking matter. Someone could break into my house. What have I got that's valuable in here? Literally nothing. I'm gonna molest you if you come into my house. If you try and break into my house, I'm gonna molest you. There'll be some fucking stupid prick that'll like be annoyed at that clip as well. I'm gonna molest fucking intruders. Um, actually, to be fair, what is wrong with that? When someone breaks into my house, I fucking diddle them. Like, shouldn't have broken into my house then. Fuck you, bastard. What was I saying? On the topic of diddling, like, what the hell's going on with P Diddy? Fucking crazy. I'm a bit late onto that trend now. I've realized, mentioning P Diddy and was this the fucking 2025? Left him in last year. I mean, I don't know, man. The pedophile cults go crazy. The entirety of Hollywood, all pedophiles. I do not give a singular shits every single time someone's like, oh no, I like Pedro Pascal or fucking whatever other, like, artist or actor or whatever. Do not give a fuck. All pedophiles. Every single one of them is a pedophile. Taylor Swift, probably a pedophile. Don't give a fuck what you're saying. Probably a pedophile. Shut up. Um, except from Kanye West. Live and die by Kanye West. Big up Kanye West, Stick up my guy. But no, all of the rest of them, music, parliament, fucking the government structure, every single motherfucker in Hollywood's all pedophiles. It's crazy how so many of them are pedophiles. They do form like a proper web. It almost seems like impossible to uproot these people because it feels like every other like 10 years you all of a sudden hear like, who would have guessed? Tons and tons of people in Hollywood caught being pedophiles, and then like nothing happens from that. All of a sudden, it's like, everything kind of goes silent. They catch like a few of them, and then 10 years later, they're like, even more pedophiles in Hollywood. Who would have guessed? And it's like, okay, just arrest all of them. It's getting to the point where it's like kind of that ridiculous. All it takes is one guy to just get shot in a movie, go undercover, and just go into one of these fucking like, actor parties, and boom, that's like 100 high-profile arrests immediately. Um, but I don't know. The police have probably got, they're spending their time doing more important shit. Like, what are they doing in the UK at the moment? They're arresting people for posting fucking stupid memes and like harassing people. actually hilarious. I find that shit actually fucking hilarious. That it's like I can I can like repost some dumb shit online, and that's it. That's the police shut up my door. Like I wonder how dedicated they would be in terms of like trying to arrest you there. Like, I mean, because it's not like you're really like a murderer or something. Like, how the fuck do you see the videos of the police doing that? And it's like, I would not be able to take that seriously. Like, even if it's my job and like I'm sent out there and I'm like, you got to arrest this guy. He called someone gay online. He fucking posted a probably pretty derogatory meme. It's not good, but like showing up to their house to arrest them, I couldn't take that seriously, man. I'd sit there and be like, yeah, mate, under arrest. You see them in these videos and they're so fucking serious. I'd crack down laughing. I think it's fucking, hilarious. I'd still have to throw the guy in the back of the van because, I'm being paid to. That's my job. Um, but fuck me, man, would it be funny as hell? It's absolutely ridiculous. But I don't know, the UK is slowly turning into a police surveillance state because we are run by the Rothschilds and they have complete and total control of Parliament. They have bought out all of the politicians. Every single one of them is in their pockets. Um, they work with BlackRock and shit to probably formulate these pedophile rings that you see in Hollywood. And I wouldn't be surprised if that kind of thing is used as like leverage on people. They like force people into being pedophiles in Hollywood so they can go like, oh, well, you're gonna get caught being a pedophile, yeah, unless you do what we say, which is I don't know, just I guess in Hollywood just acting in movies. I don't know what the incentive would be there. Um, it goes back to the whole like MK Ultra thing and the internet. Like I think it's probably something to do with that, where it's just as many people as you can get to say this, as many high profile people as you can get to say the same thing over and over again. You have an unbelievably good ability to change. Um, what people think and what people do with that. I mean, as I say, like you see a lot of people do that where they get online, they're like, I'm gonna launch TikTok, social reels or whatever, and then just stream their opinions straight into their mind. They don't even think for themselves anymore. They just go online to like upload their opinions straight into their cranium. So that's the most thinking they do. The most thinking they do every morning is, when should I open my phone? And then boom, that thinks for me. That gives me all the information that I need. Um, it just does get boring. Like I feel like every single person online, especially to link it back to the online thing, it's just the same fucking person. Every single person is the same. Never have I seen the death of creativity more than the internet sometimes, when it does kind of feel like everyone is trying to railroad everyone else into being exactly the same as them. Like there is, like it's probably not very good when things like, I mean, you hear the term Valorant accent and shit. Like certain games have developed like subcultures of people who are all identical. They're the same motherfucker. They're the same person. They speak the same. They talk the same. They say the same shit. They do the same shit. And like in a very general sense, I feel like that has happened in the entirety of the internet. That there is like there are like major parts of the internet, like especially places on Twitter and stuff, where you're like, motherfucker, every single one of these people is the same motherfucker saying the same shit. They all agree. They all suck each other off every opportunity they have. It's just wet. It's just boring. You get to the point where you're like, oh mate, just say something interesting for once. Fucking hell. Um, I don't know though, but the internet kind of turns being yourself into like a points game. Like I don't know, the amount of people that I see, like just the idea, the entire concept of pick me's, right? Like that's someone basically trying to min max being a person in social situations. You see that so like time and time again, where it's just someone who's trying really really hard to be like, okay, how do I be the most liked person in this situation? How do I be the most funny person in this situation? And like almost universally, it comes off as very off-putting. No offense. Really dumb people can't see it, so you would normally end up in those weird situations where you've got a group where like half of them are like, this guy ain't it. This guy's fucking strange. This guy's trying way too hard, and then like the other half of the group don't see it. Bewildering, bewildering. Mate, 14 minutes of yap, 14 minutes of absolute fucking yap in it.